Hello, Star Wars and unboxing fans. Welcome to another episode of Darth Tuba Star Wars Unboxing Show. I'm your host, Darth Tuba. Do you ever have one of those days where 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 packages come at once? Well, I did. That's right. I did. So we are going to have an unboxing. That's crazy. But you know what? Last week we did a mega epic unboxing of about 78 figures, I think was the total number. That was absolutely crazy. I probably should have saved that for, some kind of anniversary episode. But instead, we are going to kind of break this one up. Instead of having all 7 boxes open up, I think we are going to break this down just a little bit. So what I think I want to do is take these two and put them down here. So we're going to run a 2-parter. So this is part 1, okay? Take this one, that'll be 3. And instead, we will do, I think we'll do these 4, okay? So, I will say, in all honesty, I have started really jumping on the bandwagon of ordering items online. Why do I do that? Because I've been walking into stores day in and day out. In fact, I have tried videotaping no less than 3 times going on toy runs to find absolutely zilch, nada, nothing, okay? Or at least nothing that I wanted to collect. I'm not going to buy something simply on on the merit of just using it as a unboxing item. Those are things that I want to add to the collection, things that I'm interested in, that kind of thing. So, Lego always has some stuff available, but I'm just not into collecting that much Lego. I do love the buildable figures, but there's really no new ones coming out. Not anytime soon. I like the Hot Wheels, but they're not that much coming out right now either. I think everything is kind of taking a back seat, holding steady for the big Triple Force Friday. I think they're really pulling out the stops for that. Although I will say that the last few years, it hasn't been overly that much, but nonetheless, if we get there at midnight, you never really have a problem picking up what you want to pick up. So I've been ordering a lot of stuff through eBay, on stuff online, through online retailers. So I would like to take this time to do some unboxing. Now, I will tell you, there's always a possibility that some of this stuff is not Star Wars related. And if I open the box and I peek into that and you see me go like this, I put it off to the side, it means it's something that is not Star Wars related. No, it's nothing weird. It's probably just stuff from Amazon that my wife and I ordered for one reason or another. But this one I know definitely is because it's Hasbro Pulse, Hasbro's online shop, which has actually been pretty good at picking up items that were a little harder to find. So I slowly but surely have been, ordering some stuff, sometimes pre-order, sometimes regular order. This one, yes, this is the one I was excited about, and that is the Luke Skywalker crate, the crate action figure. Now, these are actually the carded figures that I'm going to remain carded, and I actually made space for that. Now, I will say this, of all the figures, I thought about this and I might have accidentally purchased this one a second time, but that's okay, because if I purchase some of these twice, I do want to have a few to unbox. So, Luke Skywalker crate, this is when they're talking about crate, they're talking about The Last Jedi, they're talking about when Luke Skywalker appears to take on the First Order head on, and he's kind of that slightly younger version, kind of a little bit of a different look. Absolutely awesome. Probably my favorite looking Luke Skywalker character in all movies. I don't care. I mean, Last Jedi haters, sorry, but I have to say this is one of Luke Skywalker's greatest moments. Yes, it wasn't real in the sense that it wasn't a flesh-to-flesh fight or duel or anything, but we've already had that with Luke. Luke has already had his moment where he took down the Death Star. He got his butt kicked by Darth Vader and then returned on, and not only did he beat Darth Vader, but he redeemed him and turned him around. I don't think you can top that. And then what did he do at the end when it was all said and done? He force projected himself to help the rest of the rebellion escape and help to save Rey. This man was a hero. This character was a hero, and this was a great way for him to kind of say his swan song. And he's not even done yet, because let's face it, he's going to make an appearance probably as a Force Ghost or something like that in The Rise of Skywalker. And even if he's only there for a short moment, it's great to have his namesake in the title. So, really cool. Now, moving on to a different thing. This is a private, probably an eBay auction. One of the nice things I like about eBay these days as a buyer is a lot of times that when there's a buy it now kind of option, which most people do these days, you can actually go in and you can actually add it to your cart as if you were shopping like any other online retailer. So I think that's kind of cool. I think it's a neat way to do that. All right. And these are, yes, this is more of the vintage collection. Gotta be careful. There's some tape here. All right. And this is the 41st Elite Corps Clone Trooper. And this is actually a trilingual card, or at least a bilingual card. It looks like it's from Canada, perhaps, because I do believe I purchased this in Canada, but again on eBay. So there you go. And I'll get some close-up shots of these so you can see them. But again, just nice to add the figure to the carded collection. And as I said, I've been in that situation. And the whole reason that the other day, the last episode that I uploaded was even happening was because I was just doing this major clean out of not throw out, but clean out of space. I needed to consolidate, and that's what I did. And now I have space to hang these up. And of course, it isn't infinite. I mean, eventually, if they keep making these, I'm going to have to consider another regroup, maybe another unboxing, but that might be years down the road. So we will worry about that when and if it happens. Okay, it looks like another eBay purchase. All right. What do we got here? Yep, looks like we have another one. Sorry that these are only like partial unboxings, not full out unboxings. Captain Phasma. And I gotta say, folks, I mean, this is just my favorite. I mean, especially looking at the art or the design of the title. It is kind of a cool, for someone like me who grew up with the original trilogy, it's really cool to see what they would have done if these movies, let's say for the sake of argument, that these movies just kept coming out and in our perpetual childhood every 3 years, and we remained children and we were going to be interested in collecting them as that part of our lives. And it was just kind of, obviously that would never really happen, but even if it did, to see how they would have taken the Star Wars logo and conceptually have done The Force Awakens, or how they would have done Revenge of the Sith, or how they would have done The Last Jedi, and it's just really cool. So I'm big fan of that. Love that. Okay, and we got something big, and this might be an unboxing within an unboxing. Okay, judging by the size of this, although we'll see, maybe not. Entertainment Earth. I think I got a couple of things from Entertainment Earth. This might be more than one item here. Sure, let's see. Entertainment Earth, for those who don't know, great way to buy stuff online secondhand without paying too much of an overhead price, but they do pretty well. Okay. So we've got a few things here. We've got the Forces of Destiny, Luke and Yoda, only because I really enjoy that collection, and I never really got anything of that nature. We got the Return of the Jedi 3-pack exclusive. Okay, these are the 3 figures that we can put on there. I'm probably not going to open these because, you know what, I already did open some of them. So I'm probably going to leave these in their package. And lastly, we have another box. Let me kind of put that over here. Ooh, we have a nice little catalog. It's actually a nice thing about Entertainment Earth is that they still send catalogs. I like companies that send catalogs because it's just nice to see what they have going on. What are they working on selling? But this item, it's funny. Like I was thinking, like I think I purchased this with the sole idea of putting these on the skiff once we get the skiff. Well, the problem is that I found all these figures. I found all 3 of these figures, almost the exact figures from previous releases. So I'm like, well, I don't know if I want to release them or, unbox them again because I already have them unboxed. So we'll have to wait and see. Now this is Ultimate Trooper Pack. I don't know what this is. Oh, the Black Series. Oh, check this out. Okay. Whoa. All right, this is pretty interesting. I think this might have been an exclusive, but I am not 100% sure where. All right. Okay, Entertainment Earth, really cool, but you're kind of... Oh, I think I know what this is. All right. Yeah, what these are is some great accessories. Like, it's not just the figure, but it's also some accessories to come with it. So I'm trying... Oh, let me just see if I can... Oh, yeah, there we go. I'll get some close-ups of this. What this basically is it's a really cool trooper figure, but with a huge amount of accessories, which I kind of like. And it kind of harkens back to some of the old mail-away things that you can have with... some of the mail-away stuff that you can have, there used to be. I remember that when The Empire Strikes Back came out, there was a mail-away set of just basically troop supplies. That's basically all it was. It was troop supplies. You can get some extra breath masks, some backpacks, just stuff like that you can add to your figures. And it was a nice little set you could get. And I remember I went to an antique store, and somebody who was really into Star Wars was selling that as well, like another one. So I ended up buying a second one. So that was kind of cool. I think I'm going to leave just about everything here. I'm going to leave it boxed, okay? Only because I don't want to. I might eventually take this one out, but I just kind of like the accessory pack, like as is. So I'm going to probably leave that where it is. And I will, however, open up this, since this is an unboxing show. I feel like I should do at least one thing. The Forces of Destiny thing I really like. While I'm opening it up, I am going to address some stuff that people have been saying, some articles that have been coming on, and I'm just kind of, I'm not even scratching my head about it. I'm more like just laughing. I'm more laughing about it. And that is, the big guns for this one. Some like recent surveys have come out that have said that kids don't like Star Wars. And I'm like, okay, what does that mean? Kids don't like Star Wars. That mean that it means, it sounds to me, and I hate to say this, okay, guys, but there's so much on the internet where people are, whoops, sorry if that clicked. People are looking for clickbait. They want to say, when you watch my episode, and I'm not trying to get more viewers or anything, I'm just simply saying what you see is what you get. Last week's episode was probably the closest thing I ever had to clickbait. I said super epic unboxing over 70 figures. Well, that was not a lie. That's exactly what we did. So, but other people like to, especially those that are really trying to make a living utilizing YouTube video sharing and dropping, they are essentially trying to get you to click on their site. And we all know this, okay? And if there's any young people watching, this is a thing called clickbait, okay? Clickbait is when you see a title, you see a title card, a title of a video, a title of an article that you can go and read, and it'll say something like that. Say, a new study shows that kids hate Star Wars, or Galaxy's Edge deemed a failure by Bob Iger. None of those things are true. None of those things are true at all, okay? Some of those things might have some parts of them that are true, like, the part about Bob Iger saying that Disneyland's Galaxy's Edge is a failure. Well, when you click on it, what he's saying is that their third quarter was not as successful as it was, and he puts the blame on Galaxy's Edge. He puts the blame on the fact that they had to spend a lot of money to make Galaxy's Edge, and that a lot of people are kind of scared of it and staying away from it because of the crowds. Okay, that doesn't deem it a failure. That just deems it as something that people are trying to wait until maybe next year, or planning a future Disney trip. That's all he's saying. It's not a failure, okay? And then there are other people, in the part about kids not liking Star Wars. Well, kids today are throwing a lot of stuff that they can have interest in. Okay, when we were kids, and anybody who's in their mid to late 40s can attest to this, there wasn't that much out there in the late 70s, early 80s. I mean, there were other things. There were other toys and other toy brands and TV shows, but we really didn't get into some serious franchise kind of toy collecting until the 80s, until like He-Man and Transformers and G.I. Joe. Star Wars was like the first, and they kind of were the king of the road, or the king of the mountain, if you will, for the first couple of years, okay? But then they stopped making movies, and, Hasbro tried to do stuff with things like droids and Ewoks, and they tried to make a new set of figures, and it didn't go as well as, they would have liked. So they took a break. They had the franchise, and then they said, we're going to stop for a while. So, but now they're saying kids don't like Star Wars. I don't know how true that is, because I'm a teacher, okay? Everybody knows that. And I talk to a lot of students, and a lot of students are very much aware of Star Wars. They're very much love the franchise of Star Wars. And my wife who teaches elementary school, and she says the same thing. She says boys and girls are they adore Star Wars. Now, Star Wars wasn't a big thing this year yet. Why? Well, there was a little movie called Avengers Endgame that came out, okay, which was like the culmination of the last 10 years of Marvel movies. That was a great thing. I have nothing against Marvel. I love Marvel. I don't collect Marvel, but I love Marvel, and I love the Marvel movies. I'm usually there to see it first day or first week, and I've seen every one of them pretty much, except for at least the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think they're great, and kids love them, and I'm totally down with that. I think that's awesome, okay? But to say that they're really into that and they're not into anything Star Wars related, I think that's a little bit rough. All right, I think that's, and whatever data you're saying, look, what did Mark Twain say? There are 3 types of lies: lies, damn lies, and statistics. You can make statistics do anything you want them to do. Okay. Now, that's not to say that maybe Disney might have sometimes overestimated what their successful, how much Star Wars they could do. I mean, there was a lot of, backlash about Solo and stuff. And again, I've loved Solo, thought it was great, but maybe there was a little what they call franchise fatigue. I'm no doubt think that there was franchise fatigue. Franchise fatigue happens in every franchise, okay? And I got to be careful because Marvel can go either way with that. So you got to be careful with it. But nonetheless, I think people still like Star Wars, and I don't think that that's something that's going away. In fact, I think what is really happening is that most of the average viewer is not like me. The average viewer doesn't have a basement filled with Star Wars collectibles. No, that's not what the average viewer has. Okay, the average viewer has seen the movies maybe once, maybe twice. Maybe they've seen it in the movie theater. Maybe they've seen it. Maybe they've decided to rent it on video when renting was a thing. Maybe they even purchased it on like a digital Blu-ray or something. But the vast majority, they see it, and they have memories of seeing it when they were growing up, that kind of thing. So my end point here is I was kind of stalling so I can get all this stuff opened up here because it was kind of challenging. But my end thing about that is just that I believe Star Wars can withstand ups and downs. I think it can withstand being the top contender for a while, and it can stand being not the biggest news at the moment. I think it's good that Lucasfilm's going to take a break from movies in theaters. I think that everyone is looking at this this thing about streaming and seeing where that's going to be, and I'm excited about it. So I am totally down with whatever Disney has in mind. I'm looking forward to the streaming. Okay, November can't come soon enough when it comes to that, and I'm good with it. So, but I don't think Star Wars is going away just yet. I think there's a lot coming out, and all you got to do is all you got to do is check out Star Wars Celebration. And if you want to see what I'm talking about, go check out the StarWarsShow.com or StarWars.com or just Star Wars one word on YouTube, and you'll see the Star Wars show. And they run a live feed from Star Wars Celebration. They did one in April. They've done one ever since. They've done every premiere of movie, and they've done every live. And there's thousands of people there that are really, really, really into it. And they sell out their tickets. And once again, the next year's one coming up in Anaheim, I will not be at that one. Not because I don't want to be at that one, but because, there's a lot of money exchanging hands for that to happen, and there's a lot of other things going on. So I will get to a celebration eventually. No worries. It's going to happen. Just not going to happen this year. All right. But anyway, so I think I think Star Wars is alive and well. I think people that say it's not, or it's dying, or it's dead, or anybody who thinks that the Disney acquisition was the worst thing ever, my answer to that is, I respectfully disagree. That's it. I'm not going to call you names. If you didn't like Last Jedi, it's okay. A lot of people didn't. They had great reasons to not like it. I disagreed with some of those reasons. There were things that they didn't like about it that I also didn't like about it. I still love the movie. All right? I loved Solo. There's nothing you can tell me about Solo. I will disagree with you respectfully if you didn't like it. But I'm excited for The Mandalorian. I'm excited for what they do with Resistance, the end of the additional Clone Wars episodes coming out. There's a lot to be excited about. So, and what's great is, as I've said in previous episodes, Star Wars is something now you can just, it's like my shelves behind me. The stuff you like, you can take it off the shelf and look at it, keep it, or put it back. That's how it is with Star Wars now. You can watch it watch certain stuff, get really behind it, watch it once, say, I don't think I want to do that. So anyway, that's a cool thing. Here endeth the lecture. Okay, so here we go. We got Luke Skywalker in this kind of not quite 12-inch. I'd say he's kind of like an 8-inch, kind of a stylized thing. He's got his little thing with his legs. All right, pretty cool. It's kind of interesting, a little weird actually. He's got a cloth top. His Bespin fatigue jacket is cloth, okay? But his legs, his pants, they're kind of not. They're just hard plastic. The boots are vinyl, and they can come off. But nice articulation. He's got, of course, that really cool, thing you can have him switch it, do a little action shot. I think there was a sentimental reason for this one, okay? And that is that I would have loved them to have a Star Wars Luke Skywalker 12-inch figure back in the 80s, and they did. Now, they've since done it for the Star Wars collection, the collector's edition, 12-inch. Sideshow has done it. I think they've even done it with Hot Toys. It's been out a lot. But, I don't know, it's kind of nice to have a posable one that you can just kind of put him up here. His posing is really good. And, of course, this guy, you got a little Yoda. It doesn't look like Yoda comes with a cane. Kind of a weird thing to forget. Yoda always has a cane. Not quite sure why he doesn't have a cane. Oh well. So here you go. You got your Yoda. Okay. Also, kind of think it would have been cool for him to have the backpack. Maybe put him on the back. Put Yoda on the back. But yeah, I really like the Forces of Destiny figures. I don't know if I'm going to collect them all. I did collect the first series. I don't even remember which of the second series I got. But I know I didn't have Yoda and Luke. I didn't have those figures. Now, of course, he's not, his face is a little weird looking. His head is a little bit larger than a normal head, but that's just kind of like the style of the figure. So I don't know if they're going to continue making them, but I hope they do because they're really cool. All right, and that'll do it for this part 1 episode of Darth Tuba Star Wars Unboxing Show. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification button, all that stuff. I put in a new little video clip at the end there of all my information about liking, subscribing, sharing. Hit the notification. Let me know, hit that bell icon so you know when new episodes I always drop usually on Sundays and Wednesdays. Got a few more episodes. I have some old Disney crossover figures I still have to get to. I will get to them probably in the next few episodes. And that'll be all. So make sure you like, subscribe, leave comments, and make some suggestions. I've got a few cool things coming down the pike. Of course, Triple Force Friday will be an event. I will make sure to videotape. I wish I could videotape live. I can no longer do that on YouTube until I get 1,000 likes. Or sorry, not 1,000 likes, 1,000 subscribers. I'm creeping up there. We got like 402 right now. So spread the word. If you're watching this video, hit the subscribe button. I promise I won't inundate your feed, okay? I'm only dropping twice a week, so I'm not one of those everyday ones. All right? Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you.